The age of the universe is 13.7 billion years, and we know that quite well. The problem is, I'm only 125 years old. I'm out to beat Moses, but I'm not around. Well, who knows? But I don't have any sense of what 14, let's call it 14 billion means. I have no experience of it, and I'm sure you don't, regardless of your age. So let's do what mathematicians do all the time, scale down a big number to a smaller number so we can get a feeling for it. So let's make out that the universe, instead of 14 billion years, is 1 year old. What do we see in that 1 year old universe? Well, it all began, of course, on January 1. First life came to be on the earth on 4 September. The dinosaurs had the good fortune to be born on Christmas Day, but they only lived 5 days. But the most dramatic thing, I consider it dramatic, is the last day of this 1 year old universe. The first human beings came to be 2 minutes before midnight, before now. Jesus Christ was born 2 seconds ago, before now, and Galileo 1 second ago. Now, the point is, the age of the universe is so large with respect to any experience we have or any history we have, that this is what happens when we make it comprehensible to us, bring it down to a year. Well, you could draw any number of conclusions that you want. I mean, a few that I have to suggest are that I have never met, and including to Pete Warden, I've never met a humble or modest astronomer or scientist. But we should be. We're studying a universe that's a year old, and we've been doing it for 1 second, if you would accept that modern science began with Galileo. Take it back a few centuries before Galileo and add a few milliseconds to this. The point is, we've been studying a universe that's a year old. With modern science, we've been doing it for 1 second. So if we don't know everything, give us a bit more time. The other is all of our religious traditions. I mean, I take the birth of Jesus as a central figure in religious history. You could put Buddha, Mohammed, anybody else on here you wanted. The point is, okay, all of our religious traditions, everything that I believe and hold dear, okay, all of Scripture, all of church traditions, church history, okay, God, if I believe that, and I do, has been speaking to me and to us in the churches for 2 seconds. So if we begin to ask questions, there's intelligent life out there, what would God have said to them? I tell people, first of all, intelligent life out there we have no evidence for or against, and we're going to discuss that this evening some. But if there is intelligent life, and if God did speak to them, I don't have the slightest idea. I haven't absorbed what God has said to us in the last 2 seconds. They're the only things I like to say. The important thing about the age of the universe is it's very old in relative standards to us. And if it were not old, we would not be here. And that's a message I want to share as we go along. We could not have life in a young universe.